Let's be honest, most men have no idea what a woman really does when she loves you. They think it's all about her words, her touches, the surface-level gestures they can see. But the truth is far more subtle, far more powerful, and far more dangerous to ignore. You see, when a woman truly loves a man, she doesn't just show it in obvious ways. She invests herself, her mind, her emotions, and even her vulnerabilities in ways most men will never even notice. And that's exactly why so many men feel confused, unappreciated, or even rejected. Because they don't see the invisible battles she fights for them, the sacrifices she makes quietly, the moments where she chooses loyalty over comfort, over ego, over even her own pride. Think about this for a second. The woman you think is calm, composed, maybe even indifferent at times, might be carrying a storm inside her every time she worries about your happiness, your safety, your dreams. Love isn't just butterflies and late-night texts. It's the emotional labor she willingly carries for you. It's the unspoken reassurance she gives, even when she feels ignored. It's the small compromises she makes, not because she has to, but because she wants to. And yet, most men mistake these acts for nothing more than friendship, habit, or coincidence. They don't recognize them as proof of devotion because she doesn't scream it from the rooftops. She whispers it through actions, through patience, through her silent endurance. Here's the unsettling truth. The more a woman truly loves, the more she tests a man's worthiness. Not in manipulative games, as you might have been led to believe, but in subtle ways that separate those who deserve her heart from those who do not. She observes how you handle pressure, how you treat her when no one is watching, how you respond to her vulnerabilities. Every careless word you say, every shallow promise, every sign of disinterest chips away at her investment. And when she sees your genuine effort, your willingness to meet her in her reality rather than expecting her to live in yours, that's when she goes all in. Heart, mind, and body. But here's the part that will shake you. These signs of love are often invisible unless you know exactly what to look for. She will fight for your peace even when it's inconvenient. She will support your growth quietly without needing credit. She will make you a priority, even if it costs her in ways no one can see. And if you miss these signs, if you fail to acknowledge them, you're blind to the very foundation of her commitment. Most men never see this, and that's why relationships fail before they even begin. Now imagine for a moment being the man she's secretly investing everything in. How would you respond if you realized just how much she's giving, not for attention, not for manipulation, but because she genuinely believes you are the one worth every ounce of her effort? Would you rise to meet her love, or would you continue to take it for granted, blind to the battles she silently fights every day for your happiness? Because the truth is, love like this doesn't come often, and when it does, it demands more than casual acknowledgement. It demands recognition, respect, and reciprocation. When a woman truly loves you, the first thing she does is invest in your emotional world. Most men think love is just about physical attraction, compliments, or shared hobbies. But the kind of love that changes a life, the kind that leaves a permanent mark, is about emotional labor. She notices your moods before you even speak. She senses the tension you hide behind a smile, and without demanding anything in return, she adjusts her energy, her words, even her schedule just to make your day easier, calmer, safer. She absorbs your stress silently, not because she wants credit, but because your well-being matters more to her than her comfort. Here's the part most men fail to see. She doesn't do this for everyone. Friends can support you, co-workers can empathize, but she chooses to carry pieces of your emotional load because she loves you, and only you. She's attentive to the small things, the micro-expressions, the moments where your walls are up, yet she doesn't push you. She meets you there, at your level, without judgment. And in her mind, this is natural. This is what love feels like, a constant, deliberate choice to be present even when it's hard. She also guards your reputation and your vulnerabilities. A woman who loves you doesn't gossip about your mistakes. She doesn't amplify your failures. She defends you, even quietly, even when no one notices. And in situations where others might exploit a misstep, she will hold herself back to protect you. This isn't manipulation, it's a sacred trust she places in you and your connection. Few men recognize this, and even fewer appreciate it, but it's one of the clearest signs that a woman's love is deep, unwavering, and deliberate. Another thing she does, almost invisibly, is she challenges you. Real love isn't about agreeing with everything you say or following blindly. She pushes you to grow, to become better, to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. And she does this not to control, but because she sees your potential and wants you to live it fully. She'll be honest when you're wrong, and she won't shy away from confrontation if it matters to your growth or the health of your relationship. Most men mistake this for criticism, but the truth is, it's one of the greatest acts of love a woman can offer. And here's the kicker. All of this, emotional investment, protection, constructive challenges, happens without her asking for anything in return. There's no bargaining, no silent expectations. Her love is active, not transactional, and because it's so subtle, so invisible, many men overlook it, thinking it's normal behavior, or worse, they mistake it for weakness. But the reality is stronger, fiercer, and far more intimate than anything they could imagine. So ask yourself, have you noticed when she absorbs your tension quietly? When she defends you in ways no one else does? When she challenges you with the intention of helping you grow? These aren't small acts. They're signals of a love that is rare, deliberate, and life-changing. Most men never see it because most men aren't paying attention. And if you don't, you risk losing it entirely. One of the most profound things a woman does for the man she truly loves is sacrifice without complaint. Not in ways you can measure with money or grand gestures, but in the quiet, unseen moments that define her devotion. She compromises on comfort, on convenience, even on personal desires, not because she has to, but because she believes your happiness, your peace, and your growth are more important than her own immediate satisfaction. And here's the hard truth. Most men completely miss this. They see the small compromises and think it's nothing, failing to understand that love this deep comes with invisible weight. She also invests in your life like it's her own, even when it's inconvenient. She asks questions about your dreams, your fears, your daily struggles, not because she's nosy, but because she genuinely cares about every piece of you. She celebrates your successes with genuine joy, even when it doesn't directly affect her. She mourns your losses as though they were her own, quietly absorbing the pain alongside you. And she does this consistently, not sporadically, not when it suits her schedule, but as a continuous, conscious effort. Most men misread this as affection. Few understand it as the profound act of love it truly is. Another thing she does, and it's easy to overlook, is protecting the relationship at all costs. She doesn't let pride, anger, or ego dictate her actions when it comes to you. She will take a step back, apologize first, forgive quickly, and diffuse conflict, even when she's hurt, because she knows the relationship matters more than winning an argument. She understands that love isn't about being right, it's about being present and committed. And only when a man respects and reciprocates that mindset does her effort multiply, creating a bond that feels unshakable. And here's something most men never realize. She guards your intimacy with her loyalty. This isn't just physical intimacy, it's emotional and mental vulnerability. She shares herself in ways that leave her exposed, trusting that you won't take advantage of it, that you'll protect the delicate pieces of her heart. And she does this only for men who she believes are worth the trust. Not everyone gets this, not every man earns it. If you have it, it's rare and it's precious. And if you ignore it, dismiss it, or misuse it, you'll never get it back in the same way. Love like this is active, intentional, and fiercely protective. It's not about showing off, posting on social media, or telling everyone how much she cares. It's about quiet, consistent actions that build the foundation of a bond few men ever truly experience. And it's exhausting in the best way, because she's giving of herself fully without needing applause, validation, or reciprocation. That's the level of commitment that defines true love from a woman. A love that is deliberate, rare, and transformative. So ask yourself, have you noticed her sacrifices, the ways she defends your dreams, your peace, and your bond? Have you recognized the invisible labor she performs daily, without complaint, without expectation? Because if you haven't, you're blind to one of the most profound gifts a woman can give, and one of the greatest opportunities to experience love as it was meant to be. When a woman truly loves you, she invests in your growth like no one else ever will. Most men think love is about comfort and companionship, but the women who give their hearts fully see something deeper. They see your potential, the man you could become, the life you could live if you step up to your own greatness. And instead of walking away when you stumble, they stay. They guide you, challenge you, and push you, sometimes in ways that feel uncomfortable, because they refuse to let you settle for less than what you're capable of. This isn't nagging or control. It's a deliberate, loving act that separates the fleeting from the enduring. She notices the habits you cling to, the doubts you hide, the fears you mask with bravado, and she addresses them gently, strategically, and consistently. She doesn't humiliate you, she doesn't shame you, she strengthens you. She will celebrate your victories as though they were her own, and she will silently help you recover from failures, making sure you never feel alone in the battle. Most men mistake this nurturing for weakness or friendliness, but make no mistake, this is pure, deliberate love, reserved for the man she believes in fully. Another way she demonstrates this love is through radical trust. In a world full of judgment and uncertainty, she chooses to place her heart entirely in your hands. She allows herself to be vulnerable in ways that most people won't. She shares her insecurities, her deepest fears, her private thoughts, not casually, not carelessly, but with the understanding that you will honor, protect, and respect them. And if you betray that trust, it's gone forever. This isn't trust given lightly, it's trust earned and offered only to the man she knows can hold it without breaking. She also prioritizes your happiness in subtle ways. While she still has her boundaries, her needs, and her life, she willingly adjusts to your realities without resentment. She notices when you're struggling, and without being asked, she brings you peace, comfort, or encouragement. She sacrifices time, energy, and convenience, not out of obligation, but out of love that doesn't demand recognition. Most men interpret this as normal behavior or caring, failing to see the emotional and mental investment it represents. And perhaps the most revealing sign is how she protects your bond in private and public. She doesn't allow gossip, judgment, or outside pressure to undermine the relationship. She defends your honor quietly when you're not around and shows loyalty in ways that make her love invisible to everyone but you. It's the unspoken, almost sacred commitment to stand by your side emotionally, socially, and mentally, and it's something few men ever notice, yet it shapes the strength and longevity of the connection. So ask yourself, have you recognized the ways she's investing in your growth, trusting you fully, and prioritizing your happiness without seeking attention or reward? These are not superficial gestures, they're acts of devotion that require emotional intelligence, patience, and a love that few men ever get to experience. And if you fail to see this, you're blind to one of the most powerful forces in a woman's heart. The most intimate acts of love a woman gives are often invisible, unspoken, and reserved only for the man she truly trusts. This goes beyond texts, compliments, or even physical touch. It's the deep emotional alignment that few men ever recognize. When she opens herself fully, she is exposing every crack, every doubt, every fear, trusting you not to exploit it, not to diminish it. She does this because she believes in you, not casually, not for convenience, but with a deliberate faith that your heart can hold hers without judgment. She sacrifices her pride for the relationship. When a man is wrong, she won't hold grudges, won't tally scores, won't weaponize his mistakes. Instead, she chooses to prioritize the connection, sometimes swallowing her ego, sometimes forgiving silently, because she knows the love she has for you is far more important than winning a petty argument. Most men never see this, and even fewer understand its significance. It's not weakness. It's an act of strength and devotion that only comes when her love is genuine, rare, and intentional. Another sign is how she makes your world her priority without losing herself. She will align her schedule, her thoughts, and her energy around your life, but never in a way that compromises her boundaries. She maintains her identity while giving you space to grow, thrive, and lead. She becomes a partner, not a follower, balancing support with autonomy. Men often mistake this for over-involvement, but in reality, it's a precise, conscious act of love. She's investing in your life as if it's a shared mission, but never at the cost of her own sense of self. She also gives her time and attention without expectation. In a world addicted to validation and instant feedback, she chooses patience, consistency, and presence over constant recognition. She listens to your struggles, celebrates your victories, and stands with you in silence when words aren't enough. And she does all of this not because she wants a reward, but because your well-being is a reflection of her love. Few men truly see or appreciate this quiet devotion, and even fewer understand the emotional labor it demands. And here's the most subtle yet telling sign. She protects the bond with loyalty, discretion, and faith in your character. She doesn't boast about her love publicly. She doesn't flaunt her devotion for social approval. Instead, she preserves it quietly, knowing that the depth of love is measured not by appearances, but by consistency, fidelity, and emotional alignment. Only the man she loves fully experiences this level of devotion, an invisible shield of commitment, care, and trust that few men ever earn. So reflect on this. Has she given you access to her vulnerabilities? Has she sacrificed pride, time, and comfort for you? Has she invested herself in ways that are unseen, unwavering, and intentional? These are not casual acts. They are the sacred markers of a love that is rare, transformative, and life-changing. Recognize it, honor it, and match it, or risk losing it to someone who will see it clearly. The final truth about a woman's love is the one most men will never fully see unless they pay attention. She chooses you over doubt, fear, and every what-if in her mind. Love like this isn't casual. It's not based on convenience, attraction, or fleeting desire. It's based on deliberate choice, the decision to commit her heart, her energy, and her vulnerabilities to you alone. Every act you've seen, and every unseen act you haven't, comes from this place of unwavering selection. And when you realize just how rare this is, it should shake you. It should demand your respect, your recognition, and your conscious effort to reciprocate fully. She also carries your legacy in her mind, not in a literal sense, but in the way she aligns her values, her ambitions, and even her day-to-day choices with you. She considers your reputation, your happiness, your growth, and integrates them into her life as naturally as breathing. Most men mistake this for habit or kindness, but it's the most intimate form of love. She's making room in her life, heart, and mind exclusively for you. Few men ever earn this level of investment, and even fewer recognize it when it's given. And here's the part that changes everything. She expects nothing in return but your genuine presence. She doesn't require perfection. She doesn't demand constant validation. She doesn't manipulate or guilt you into showing love. Her expectation is simple, that you see her, respect her, and meet her in the depth of the connection she offers. Everything else, her patience, her guidance, her sacrifices, are gifts given freely, intentionally, and irreversibly for the man she knows is worthy. Finally, she leaves a piece of herself in every moment she invests in you. From the private support she gives to the loyalty she demonstrates, to the emotional and physical intimacy she shares, she deposits parts of her heart that no one else can claim. And if you fail to recognize it, if you fail to honor it, that investment can vanish quietly, leaving a void that no other love can fill. This is the ultimate warning and the ultimate gift. Women who love like this are rare, and once lost, they are gone in ways you may never recover. So here's the challenge for you. Think about her actions, her sacrifices, her trust, and her unwavering devotion. Ask yourself, are you giving back in equal measure? Are you worthy of this rare, deliberate, and transformative love? I want you to take a moment and solve this personal equation. How much of her love am I noticing, and how much am I reflecting back? Type your answer in the comments below. Reflect on it honestly. And if this video shook something inside you, share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Hit like if you learned something real today, subscribe for more insights into female psychology and relationships, and share it because love this deep deserves recognition, not ignorance. Because let's be honest, recognizing this love could change your life if you're brave enough to see it.